The rain was already falling when he said it. I think. I need space. I blinked at him, unsure if I heard right. Space? What does that even mean, Ethan? He didn't look at me. His fingers tapped against the coffee mug like he was keeping time with my heartbeat. It means I need time to think. I laughed, but it came out shaky. To think about what? We just talked about moving in together last week. He sighed. Things changed. Things don't just change overnight. I reached across the table, touching his hand. He flinched. That tiny movement hurt more than any slap could. You're pulling away from me. Just tell me why. He finally met my eyes, and for a moment I saw the man I fell in love with. But then he looked through me. It's not you, Lena, I just don't feel the same anymore. I froze. You don't what? Feel the same, he repeated, quieter this time. I'm sorry. My throat closed. You said you loved me, I did. His voice cracked, but he didn't reach for me. I still care about you, but love. It fades sometimes. Not like this, I whispered. Not after everything we planned. You told me you'd never leave. He shook his head slowly. People say things they want to believe. Tears blurred my vision. So what was I then? Just a phase? A mistake? Don't do that. Do what? Ask why you're throwing 3 years away. He pushed back his chair. You're making this harder than it has to be. My voice broke. You think this is easy for me? You think I can just smile and watch you walk away? He didn't answer. The silence between us filled the room, heavy and final. I gave you everything, Ethan. I stood up, trembling. I supported you when you lost your job. I stayed when you said you weren't ready for marriage. I believed you when you said I was enough. He looked pained but stayed silent. Say something. I screamed. There's nothing left to say. The words hit like cold water. I sank into the chair again, shaking my head. You're a coward. Maybe, he said softly, but I'm trying to be honest. I laughed bitterly. Honest would have been telling me before you fell out of love, not after. He stepped toward the door. I'm sorry, Lena. Don't you dare apologize, I said through clenched teeth. You don't get to break me and feel better about it. He hesitated. You'll understand one day. Get out. Lena, I said get out. He opened the door and a gust of rain-soaked air rushed in. He looked back once, eyes full of guilt or maybe relief. I couldn't tell. Then he left out the door clicked shut, and the silence swallowed everything. I sat there for a long time, staring at his empty chair. The rain kept falling, tapping against the window like it was mocking me. My reflection stared back messy hair, red eyes. Trembling lips, I whispered to no one, you promised you'd never leave. The words broke me. I slid to the floor, clutching my chest like I could hold myself together. His mug was still on the table, half full. His scent still hanging in the air, everywhere I looked. He was still here except inside my heart. The rain blurred the city lights until they looked like tears on glass. I closed my eyes and said it out loud just once. Because the truth hurt less than pretending. I can't breathe without him. And for the first time, I understood what it meant to drown on dry land. Asterisk, the silence has a sound. It hums in the corners of my apartment like it's alive mocking me, filling the spaces Ethan left behind. His mug still sits by the sink. His toothbrush still leans against mine, bristles touching like they used to. I can't throw it away. It feels like killing something small but real. The door bursts open. Seriously, Lena? Maya's voice cuts through the air like a rescue flare. You didn't even lock your door? I don't look up. Didn't think anyone wanted to come in. Well, I'm not just anyone. She drops a takeout bag on the counter. And before you say it, I'm not leaving. I didn't ask you to. She eyes the half-empty wine bottle beside me. Breakfast of champions? It's not breakfast. Survival. Maya sighs, pulling out 2 boxes of noodles. You've been hiding in here for 3 days. I'm not hiding, I say, though my voice betrays me. I'm waiting. For what? Him to grow a conscience? Her words sting. You don't get it, Maya. He said he needed space. Yeah, she snaps, so he could fill it with someone else. I blink. What? She hesitates, eyes softening. Maybe you should sit down. My pulse quickens. Why? Just say it. Maya exhales, unlocking her phone. I wasn't going to show you, but you'll see it eventually. I take the phone. Ethan's face stares back at me, smiling. That same crook smile that used to melt me. But he's not alone. A woman leans against him, her hand on his chest like she's claimed him. The caption reads, New Beginnings, Ava Sinclair. My breath catches. New beginnings? Maya whispers, I'm sorry. Who is she? Her name's Ava. She works at that publishing event he went to last month. I can't look away. He told me he was working late that night. Apparently he was. My chest tightens. I can't believe this. You can, she says gently. You just don't want to. I laugh, but it sounds like crying. He said he needed time to think, Maya. Time to think about what? How fast he could replace me. Lena? He didn't even wait a week. I throw the phone onto the couch. 3 years, and that's all I was worth? Maya walks over and pulls me into her arms. You were worth everything. He just didn't see it. I bury my face in her shoulder. I hate that I still love him. I know. I hate that I check my phone every 5 minutes hoping he'll text. He won't, she says softly. But one day you won't care. The silence stretches again. But this time it feels less sharp. She pulls back and smirks. Now eat something before I shove noodles down your throat. I manage a weak laugh. You're impossible. Damn right. I glance toward the sink again. That stupid mug stares back at me, ghostly and ordinary. Do you think? I ask quietly. He misses me at all. Maya's expression hardens. No, but that's his loss. Not yours. I nod, though my heart doesn't believe her yet. When she leaves, the apartment feels quiet again, but not the same kind of quiet. Somewhere between the takeout boxes and our words, the silence stopped sounding like him. It started sounding like me. The blue glow of my phone burns into my eyes. It's past midnight, but I can't stop scrolling. Photo after photo, Ethan and Ava, smiling like they invented happiness. My thumb trembles as I zoom in on his face. You look so proud of yourself. I whisper. My reflection stares back from the dark screen-red eyes. Messy hair, a stranger who still loves him. I open the comments. Perfect couple. So happy for you, Ethan. My stomach twists. Was I ever perfect for him? My fingers hover over the keyboard. I type. Was I just practice? Then delete it. Type again. Did I ever mean anything to you? Delete. Finally I type. You told me I was your muse. The message blinks on the screen like a heartbeat I can't send. I press the power button and let the screen go black. The silence fills with ghosts of his voice. Lena, you inspire me. Lena, you understand me better than anyone. Lena, I could never hurt you. I laugh sharp, broken. You lied, Ethan. The sound echoes through the room. I almost expect him to knock on the door to tell me it was all a misunderstanding. But he doesn't, single quotes T. I get up and walk to the mirror. My reflection looks fragile but alive. You said I was your muse, I tell her. So fine. I'll be your story. The words sting and heal at the same time. My desk still holds that old brown notebook, the one he bought me on my birthday. For your first novel, he'd said, kissing my forehead. I run my fingers over the faded cover. Guess you were right, I mutter. When I open it, blank pages stare back like a challenge. I pick up my pen. At first, the ink hesitates, like it doesn't want to betray me too. Then it flows. Chapter 1, he said he loved me and I believed him. My hand shakes as I write, but I don't stop. Each line pulls something heavy out of me. Every word feels like reclaiming oxygen. I whisper to the page, you thought you could erase me? Watch me write you immortal. The air feels different now, charged, electric. By the time I reach the bottom of the page, my tears have dried. I reread the lines and a strange calm spreads through me. For the first time in weeks, my thoughts aren't about how he left. They're about what I'll become because he did. The phone buzzes beside me, another photo notification. I ignore it. I write instead, faster. Every sentence feels like a spark in the dark. Hours pass. I don't even notice the sky shifting from black to gray. When the first hint of dawn touches the window, I close the notebook. The city hums quietly outside, and the world feels brand new, like it doesn't know I broke last night. I look at the notebook again. You wanted to muse, Ethan, I say softly. Now you'll be the villain. It's not anger anymore. It's something colder, clearer. Maya's words echo in my mind. One day you won't care. Maybe that day isn't today. But it's coming. I take a deep breath and place the notebook beside my bed. My hands are still shaking, but my heart isn't. The phone lights up again with Ethan's smiling face and another tagged photo. I don't open it. Instead, I whisper to the quiet morning, you had your story. Ethan, now it's my turn. And for the first time since you left, I feel alive. Asterisk, I'm so tired of feeling like this, I whisper, staring at the notebook in my lap. Every time I write his name, it still hurts. Dr. Claire Rivers leans forward, her voice soft but steady. You don't have to stop the hurt yet, Lena. Just understand it. I let out a weak laugh. That sounds poetic. You always sound poetic. She smiles faintly. Therapists are just people who collect broken metaphors for a living. The room feels calm, too calm for the storm inside me. Her office smells like lavender and paper. I focus on that instead of my heartbeat. He said I was his muse, I mumble, eyes burning. And I believed him. How stupid is that? It's not stupid, she says. It's human. I still want him to read what I'm writing. To see himself in every cruel sentence. Then write it, she says simply. You don't have to send it. But write it. So I do. Every night, letter after letter. Some start with Dear Ethan, others with To the Man Who Ruined Me. Each one bleeds a little less than the last. A week later, Maya barges into my apartment again, waving 2 coffees. You look alive, she says, dropping onto the couch. Barely, I mutter, closing my notebook. She squints. What's that? Homework from therapy. She grins. Therapy homework? Let me read. No. She snatches it before I can stop her. Oh, come on, dear Ethan. I hope you dream of me when you lie to her. Damn, that's brutal. Maya. She keeps reading, eyes wide. You said I was too emotional. Turns out, emotion is all that's keeping me alive. She looks up, stunned. Lena, this is wow. I fold my arms. It's just venting. This isn't venting, she argues. This is art. I shake my head. It's pain. Exactly. People need this. You could publish it. I scoff. Publish my breakdown? Great marketing idea. She leans closer. You're missing it. You're writing what people are afraid to say out loud. You're turning heartbreak into power. Her words echo in my head, but I push them away. It's too personal. So was your love for him, she says quietly. Did that stop you? I go silent out later that night. I open the notebook again. The pages feel heavier now, like they're aware of what they hold. I read one letter aloud to the empty room. Dear Ethan, I still don't know if I hate you or miss you. Maybe both. Maybe neither. But I hope one day you'll understand what it means to lose someone who believed every word you said. The words hang in the air, trembling doubt my voice cracks. I sound pathetic. But something inside me whispers, no, you sound real. When I see Dr. Rivers again, I tell her what Maya said. She thinks I should publish my letters. Dr. Rivers tilts her head. And what do you think? I think it would make me look weak. Or human, she counters. Sometimes the truth looks like weakness before it becomes strength. I stare at her speechless. She smiles. Keep writing, Lena, not for him. For you. On my way home, her words replay in my head. Each one settles deeper than the last. When I reach my apartment, I sit at the desk and open the notebook. This time, I don't write Dear Ethan. I write to the woman I'm becoming. And for the first time, I cry not because of him, but because I finally feel something that isn't pain. I can't believe you made me come here, I whisper, tugging at my sleeves as we walk into the crowded bookstore. Maya grins. You've been locked in your apartment for weeks. You're coming back to life, even if I have to drag you. This isn't living. This is public humiliation. It's an open mic, not a firing squad, she teases. Pushing me toward the sign-up table, I'm not reading anything. You are, she says. Scribbling my name, well, a fake one on the list. Lena Hart becomes El Hara. Sounds mysterious, right? Maya, she hands me a coffee and smirks. You're welcome. The small stage looks harmless from far away, but as I sit in the corner, my pulse races. People read poems about love, loss, and finding themselves in traffic lights. My turn comes faster than I expect. Next up, Hal Hall. Maya nudges me. Go. I climb the few steps, notebook trembling in my hands. The microphone crackles. Hi, I mumble. This piece is called Letters I Never Sent. The room quiets. I start to read. You said I was your muse, but maybe I was just your mirror. You loved seeing yourself in my eyes until you found a brighter reflection. Every word feels like ripping a bandage off a wound that never closed. But when I look up, no one's laughing. They're still, listening. I used to wait for your messages like prayers. Now I write my own answers. My voice shakes but doesn't break. When I finish, silence fills the room, not awkward but heavy. Then someone claps. Then another. And suddenly the whole room erupts. Maya's on her feet whistling. That's my girl. I step off the stage, dizzy. What just happened? You killed it, she says, eyes shining. I didn't even use my real name. Doesn't matter. They felt you. Before I can respond, a man approaches, tall, salt and pepper hair, navy coat, calm eyes. He offers a polite smile. Excuse me, Al Hale, was it? I blink. Yeah. Sort of. I'm Holden, he says, extending a card. Senior editor at Westbridge Publishing. I stare at the card like it's a magic trick. Publishing? As in books? He nods. You have something raw. Something people don't write any more truth without polish. Maya nudges me hard. She's incredible, right? Holden smiles faintly. Ever thought about publishing your work? I stammer. It's not really ready. Neither was I the first time I wrote, he says. But the world doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for honesty. I freeze, unsure what to say. He slips his card into my hand. Call me if you ever want to share more. Then he walks away, just like that, leaving his words behind like a spark I can't ignore. Maya turns to me, eyes wide. Lena, do you realize what just happened? Yes, I breathe. I was publicly traumatized. She laughs. You were discovered. I look at the card again. Michael Holden, senior editor, Westbridge Publishing, discovered. The word echoes inside me. I whisper, maybe my pain can do something good. Maya smiles softly. It already is. That night, as I lie in bed, Holden's words replay over and over. The world doesn't wait for perfection. For the first time, the idea doesn't terrify me. It tempts me. Maybe my pain has a purpose. Maybe this is where my story begins. Asterisk, when I see my name on the cover, I almost don't recognize it. The Girl He Erased, by Lena Hart. Maya bursts into my apartment, holding a copy above her head like a trophy. It's official, you're famous. I laugh, half shocked, half terrified. Please don't say that out loud. The universe might revoke it. She flips open the first page. Too late. It's trending everywhere. Hashtag The Girl He Erased has over 1 million views. 1 million? I blink. Maya, that has to be wrong. It's not. People are quoting you, crying over you, tattooing your words. Tattooing? She grins. Okay, maybe not yet. But give it time. I drop onto the couch, the world spinning. I didn't think anyone would care. I just wanted to let it go. They care because it's real, she says. You wrote what everyone's too scared to admit. My phone buzzes nonstop. Messages pour in, people thanking me for writing their story, for giving their heartbreak a voice. I whisper, they actually get it. Maya nudges me. Told you your pain had purpose. I smile, small but genuine. For the first time, it feels like it. Weeks blur by. Interviews, podcasts, emails from strangers who call me brave when I never felt brave at all. Dr. Rivers says, you turned pain into power. I tell her it still hurts. Just differently now, than one morning while sipping coffee and scrolling through messages. My laptop pings with a new email. From Ethan Cross, subject, we need to talk. My hand freezes. The mug slips slightly in my grip. No, it can't be. Maya's voice echoes in my head. Karma's patient, babe. It always circles back. I stare at the screen, heart pounding. Talk? I whisper. Now you want to talk. My inbox mocks me with his name bold, unread. Part of me wants to delete it. The other part wants to know what he could possibly say after all this time. My phone buzzes again. Maya. Double quotes. Hey, best-selling author. She chirps. You've officially sold out of your first print run. I swallow hard. Maya, he emailed me. Her voice shifts instantly. Who, Ethan? There's silence. Then, you're kidding. I wish. What did he say? Just, we need to talk. She groans. Unbelievable. The audacity of that man. I should ignore it, right? Yes, absolutely. Do not reply. He doesn't deserve a single pixel of your Wi-Fi. I stare at the blinking cursor next to his name. But part of me wants to know why. Why? She snaps. Because you want closure? Lena, you wrote your closure. It's on bookstore shelves. I exhale slowly. You're right. I know you're right. You've already won, she says softly. He's just realizing he lost. Her words sink in, but my mind is chaos. I close the laptop, trying to silence the temptation. That night, I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling. My book sits on the nightstand, its cover gleaming faintly in the dark. I whisper, you wanted to be immortal. Ethan, congratulations, you are. The thought almost makes me laugh. My phone lights up again, another message from a reader. Your story saved me. Thank you for writing it. I smile. Maybe that's what healing feels like. When the pain finally starts helping someone else, I glance at the unopened email one last time. The subject still reads, we need to talk. Not tonight, I murmur. Not anymore. I close my laptop, turn off the light, and for the first time in forever, sleep feels like peace, because karma apparently knows perfect timing. The cafe smells the same burnt espresso and regret. I pick the corner seat, the one where he once told me he loved me. My stomach knots as the door chimes. Ethan walks in. Same face, different eyes. He looks smaller. He spots me, hesitates, then approaches. Lena. I nod. Ethan. He sits across from me, fidgeting with the sugar packets. Silence stretches. Finally, he says, you wrote about us. I meet his gaze. I told the truth. His jaw tightens. The truth? You made me a villain. You made yourself one. He exhales sharply. People recognized me. My clients, my friends, everyone. You didn't even change my name. I changed mine, I say quietly. That was enough. He laughs bitterly. Do you have any idea what you did to me? My reputation, my career, it's all gone. I tilt my head. You think losing your image compares to what I lost? He leans forward. You could have told your story without destroying mine. I almost laugh. Destroying yours? You erased me first, Ethan. You edited me out of my own life. His face pales. You're being dramatic. No, I whisper. For once, I'm being honest. He stares at the table. I loved you, Lena. My throat tightens. Then why did you treat me like a footnote? His voice cracks. Because I was scared. You were stronger than me, and I couldn't handle it. I shake my head slowly. You didn't lose because of me. You lost because you kept pretending you were the hero. He flinches. You don't understand. I understand perfectly, I cut in. You built your life on lies. I just wrote them down. His eyes glisten, anger mixing with guilt. You ruined me. I stand. No, Ethan, you did that yourself. He grabs my wrist. Wait, please. I didn't come here to fight. I came because I miss you. The words hit harder than I expect. For a moment, I see the boy I once loved, the one who made me laugh, who made promises he never kept. But I also remember the nights I cried alone. The silence he weaponized, the way he left me believing I was too much. I gently pull my hand away. You miss who I was, not who I am now. His voice softens. Can't we start over? I almost pity him, almost. You can't start over when you never owned what you ended. He swallows hard. So that's it? That's closure, I say. The thing you never gave me. We sit in silence. Outside, the sky turns gold, spilling light across the table like an apology from the universe. He whispers, I read your book 3 times. Looking for yourself? I ask. He nods. And I found someone I don't like very much. Then maybe it's working. I pick up my bag. My heart doesn't race anymore. It beats steady. Sure. As I walk to the door, he calls out, "Was any of it real?" I pause, turning just enough to meet his eyes. Every word. Then I step outside. The air feels lighter. The sun hits my face, warm and forgiving. For the first time, I feel taller than him. The studio lights are softer than I expected, warm, golden, forgiving. My palms are slick against the paper cup of coffee I've been clutching for 15 minutes. When Noah Reed walks in, he's not what I imagined. No flashy suit, no forced smile, just calm eyes and a notebook tucked under his arm. He greets me with a quiet, Lena Hart. I manage a small smile. That's me. Nervous wreck, published author, take your pick. He chuckles, pulling out a chair across from me. I'll take both. Makes the conversation interesting. The sound engineer gives a thumbs up. Red light on. We're live. Noah leans forward slightly. Your book, The Girl He Erased, has been called raw, haunting, and brutally honest. Did you expect this kind of reaction? I shake my head. Honestly, I didn't expect anyone to read it. It was therapy, not strategy. He smiles faintly. Sometimes the truth writes louder than intention. I glance down at my hands. I guess people saw themselves in my pain. He studies me for a moment, then asks, "Do you forgive him?" The question hits like cold water. My throat tightens. That's complicated. I like complicated, he says softly. Go on. I take a breath. Forgiveness used to feel like weakness. Like if I forgave him, I'd be letting him win. But now I think forgiveness is just freedom I haven't earned yet. He nods slowly. Maybe it's not about earning it. Maybe it's about not carrying it anymore. I look up. His expression isn't pity, it's understanding. Real understanding. Were you ever afraid of how he'd react to the book? He continues, I was terrified, I admit. But fear didn't stop him from breaking me. Why should it stop me from healing? That's powerful, Noah murmurs, jotting something down. You wrote from the wound, not the scar. That's why people feel it. I laugh softly. I didn't plan to bleed on paper. It just happened. He closes his notebook halfway. Do you ever think about what he felt reading it? Yes, I whisper. And that's the worst part. I still wonder. Noah tilts his head. Would you talk to him again? I already did, I say quietly. Once, it was enough. He nods like he already knew. Then you're ahead of most people who write about pain. The interview pauses as someone refills our glasses. The silence between us feels peaceful, not heavy. He breaks it with a small smile. You know, most authors I meet hide behind metaphors. You don't. I used to, I say. Until I realized honesty hurts less than pretending. That's a rare kind of courage, he replies. I grin. Or recklessness. Sometimes they're the same thing. He checks his recorder. Last question, I promise. What do you want readers to take from your story? I think for a moment. That survival doesn't always look strong. Sometimes it looks like crying on your bathroom floor or writing letters you never send. But it's still survival. Noah's pen stops moving. That's going in the article exactly as he said it. I laugh. At least let me sound wise, not wounded. You sound real, he says simply. The red light blinks off. Interview over. Relief floods my chest. He closes his notebook, stands, and offers his hand. Lena, you turned heartbreak into art. That's rare. His voice is steady, no charm, no pity, just truth. I shake his hand. Thank you, Noah, for asking the right questions. He smiles. For giving the right answers. As he walks away, I sit there for a moment listening to the hum of the studio. My reflection in the darkened glass looks different, stronger, lighter. For the first time, I believe it. The notification lights up my phone like a ghost tapping on glass. Ethan Cross. I still think about you. For a long time, I just stare. My thumb hovers over the screen, frozen somewhere between anger and apathy. The old me would have replied, instantly demanding closure, spilling pain like ink. Now I just breathe. Hours pass. The message sits there, glowing. I whisper to the empty room, do you though? Or do you just miss the version of me who needed you? The silence doesn't answer. By the time I walk into Dr. Claire Rivers' office the next day, the words still echo in my head. She closes her notebook gently when she sees my expression. "Ethan again?" she asks. I nod. He said he still thinks about me. Her tone stays calm. "And what do you think about that?" I let out a bitter laugh. That he probably thinks about a memory, not me. The real me would terrify him now. Claire leans back slightly. "Does his message make you angry?" "Not angry," I say slowly. "Just tired. I thought revenge would make me happy. It didn't." Her eyes soften. "But something else did, didn't it?" I meet her gaze. "Yeah, peace did. Writing did." She smiles faintly. "Then you've already won." Her words linger like a quiet melody. I look down at my hands. I don't even hate him anymore. I used to need him to hurt. Now I just need him to be gone. "That's not hatred," she says gently. "That's freedom." I exhale, feeling the truth sink deep. Freedom feels quieter than I expected. She nods. Peace usually is. We sit in silence for a while. The ticking clock, the faint hum of city noise beyond the window, it all feels slower, softer. I thought deleting him from my phone would erase the memories, I admit. They still come back sometimes uninvited. Claire smiles knowingly. Memories aren't enemies. They're just echoes. You can't silence them, but you can stop answering when they call. Her words hit something deep inside me. Stop answering, I repeat, more to myself than to her. When I leave the office. The sun is already dipping behind the buildings, painting everything gold. The air smells of rain and beginnings. I scroll through my messages one last time. There it is. His name, his words. His last attempt to pull me back into the past. Ethan Cross. "I still think about you." My thumb hovers over the screen again, but this time it doesn't shake. I whisper, "So do I, but not in the way you think." Then I press delete. The message disappears. The silence after feels final, not empty, but complete. Maya's voice echoes in my memory from months ago. "You're not dying, Lena. He doesn't deserve your tears." She was right. He never did. For a moment, I just stand there, phone still in my hand, watching the reflection of the sunset on the screen. It looks like closure, bright, fleeting, beautiful. And for the first time, I don't feel haunted anymore. The ghost of regret finally fades. Asterisk, the bookstore smells like ink and nervous hearts. My name is printed on banners, my face on glossy posters. Lena Hart, author of The Girl He Erased. I still can't believe it's real. My palms sweat. As people line up, books clutch to their chests like fragile secrets. Maya leans close, whispering, "You look like you're about to faint." "I might," I whisper back. She laughs softly. "You faced Ethan. You can handle a few fans." Her teasing grounds me. One by one, readers approach, smiling, crying, thanking me. Their voices blur into a hum until a quiet one breaks through. "Miss Hart?" I look up. A girl, maybe 20, stands before me, trembling slightly. She's clutching my book so tightly the cover bends. Her eyes are red, swollen. "I'm Iris," she says, her voice quivering. "Your story, it saved me." Something in my chest tightens. "It saved you?" She nods, tears spilling. "I was with someone who made me feel small. I thought it was love. But then I read your book and her voice breaks. I left him." My pen slips from my fingers. "You left him?" "Yes," she whispers, smiling through tears. "Because of you." For a moment, I can't speak. My throat closes around the words. I don't even know what to say. "Just thank you," she breathes. "You gave me courage." I swallow hard. "No, Iris, you gave yourself courage. I just wrote what I needed to survive." She shakes her head. "You don't understand. When I read your pain, I saw mine. When you found peace, I started to believe I could too." Her words slice through me gently, like light through fog. I reach out without thinking and take her hands. "You'll be okay," I whisper, even when it doesn't feel like it. She lets out a sob and leans forward, hugging me. I freeze. For half a second before hugging her back, feeling her shoulders shake. Around us, the crowd quiets. For a heartbeat, it's just her and me, past and present, pain and healing, meeting halfway. She pulls back, wiping her face. "I hope you write another book," she says shyly. "Not about pain this time. Maybe about hope." A small smile forms on my lips. Maybe I will. She nods, glancing down at the signed page. I'll read every word. When she walks away, I sit still for a moment, trying to breathe. Maya slips beside me again, her voice low. You okay? I think so, I murmur. That girl, she reminded me of me, the me before all this. Maya smiles softly. Then I guess your story did what it was meant to do. I glance at the long lines still waiting, the soft murmur of readers sharing pieces of themselves. I thought I wrote to let go of him, I say quietly. But maybe I wrote to find them to find her. Her? Maya asks. The girl I used to be, I say. The one who thought love was supposed to hurt. Maya squeezes my shoulder. She'd be proud of you, I laugh softly. For surviving? For turning pain into purpose. The words sink in deep. I look down at the open book before me. The page gleams faintly under the lights, like it's alive. For so long, I thought my story ended with heartbreak. But sitting here, surrounded by strangers who understand, I realize something. The story never ended, it transformed. When Iris hugged me, I didn't feel broken anymore. I felt whole. I pick up my pen, smile at the next person in line, and say, Hi, I'm Lena. What's your story? And just like that, I know I'm finally free. The paper waits in front of me, blank and patient. My pen trembles slightly between my fingers. The lamp beside me flickers, throwing soft gold against the walls. I take a deep breath. Okay, I whisper to myself. Just right. The first line comes out before I can stop it. Dear Ethan, I stare at his name for a long moment, the letters blurring. My heart doesn't race the way it used to. It's steady, quiet. I begin to write. You taught me how to break. I murmur as the pen moves, but I taught myself how to rebuild. The words spill out sharp, calm, final. I write about nights I couldn't breathe, days I doubted my worth, the moments I confused control for love. I write not for him, but for me. Every sentence feels like cutting a thread that once tied me to his shadow. Maya's voice echoes in my head. Closure doesn't come from answers. Lena, it comes from release. Release, I repeat softly, signing my name at the bottom. The ink glistens wet, trembling slightly in the lamplight. I read the letter once more. It's not angry. It's not pleading. It's peaceful. A knock on my door pulls me back. Lena? Maya's voice is gentle. Come in, I say. She steps in, barefoot, holding 2 mugs of tea. Couldn't sleep? Didn't want to? I reply with a small smile. Her eyes drift to the letter. You wrote it? Yeah. Want to send it? I shake my head slowly. No, I think it's enough that I wrote it. She hands me a mug, sits beside me on the couch. What does it say? I glance at the folded page. Everything I never said when it mattered. She nods. Want me to read it? I hesitate, then shake my head again. It's not for anyone else. Not even him. It's for me to prove that I can tell the story without shaking. Maya smiles softly. Then what are you going to do with it? I look toward the small candle burning on the table. Its flame dances like it's waiting. Burn it, I whisper. She arches a brow. Symbolic much? Maybe, I say, laughing quietly. But it feels right. I pick up the letter. The paper feels warm already from my hands. For a second, I almost hesitate. Then I remember Iris at the signing, her trembling voice saying, You gave me courage. This is mine. I hold the edge of the paper to the flame. The corner curls, blackens, then bursts into orange. The fire climbs, devouring every word I wrote, every apology I'll never send. Maya watches silently as ashes crumble into the bowl I set on the table. I whisper, goodbye. To him? She asks softly. I shake my head. To her, the girl who kept waiting for him to be sorry. The last ember fades, leaving only gray dust. For a long moment, neither of us speaks. The room smells like smoke, and release stop. Maya finally says, You look lighter. I feel it, I breathe. For the first time, I think I'm free. She nudges me gently. So what now, author of healing and heartbreak? I smile faintly. Now I live. Maybe I write again, but not about him. About beginnings. She raises her mug. To beginnings. I clink mine against hers. To peace. Outside, the night air drifts through the open window, cool and alive. The ashes stir, lift slightly, and scatter into the dark like tiny fading stars. I watch them go, my voice barely a whisper. Goodbye. Not to him. Not to the pain, but to the girl I used to be. And for once, silence feels like a promise. Asterisk, the cursor blinks at me like it's waiting for a secret. My coffee's gone cold and sunlight spills across the desk. For months, I have avoided this moment, the start of another story. But today, the silence doesn't scare me. It feels like an invitation. My phone buzzes. No doubt I answer with a half smile. You always call when I'm pretending to work. His laugh comes through, warm and teasing. Pretending? I thought you were the woman who turned heartbreak into art. Maybe, I say, tracing the rim of my mug. But even artists get scared of blank pages. Then start with honesty, he suggests. What's the new story about? I glance out the window. The sky's a soft blue clear open. Not revenge this time, I say quietly. Rebirth. He hums thoughtfully. Sounds like someone found peace. Maybe I did. You sound different, he says. Lighter. Happier even. I laugh softly. That's because I stopped writing to prove something. This time I'm writing for me. Good, he says. You deserve that. There's a pause, the kind that feels full rather than empty. I can hear faint typing on his end. Maybe I'm working on his next article. Noah, I ask, do you ever worry that healing makes your art quieter? He chuckles. No, I think healing just changes the sound. It's still music, just a different song. That makes me smile. Then maybe it's time I changed my melody. Can I quote that? Only if you spell my name right this time. He laughs again, and for a moment I forget the weight that used to live in my chest. The laughter feels easy, natural. So, he says, any hints about the sequel? The world's waiting. I glance at the open notebook beside me, filled with half sentences and doodled hearts. It's not a sequel to the book, I say. It's a sequel to me. Now that sounds like a story worth writing. It's not about Ethan, I add. It's about what came after the strength, the calm, the quiet mornings like this one. He's silent for a beat, then says softly, I think people need that story too. Maybe, I whisper. But even if they don't, I need it. The wind shifts, fluttering the papers on my desk. I place my hand over them, grounding myself. Noah's voice turns gentle. Whatever it becomes, I hope you love every word. I already do, I say. Because for once, I'm not trying to be understood. I'm just trying to be honest. He smiles through the line, I can hear it. Promise me one thing? What? When it's done, let me interview you again. I want to ask what rebirth feels like. I grin. Then I better make it worth your headline. Knowing you, he says, it already is. We say goodbye and the line goes silent. I sit there for a while, the world humming softly outside my window. Then I close my laptop. Not in defeat, but in peace. The story will come when it's ready. I don't need to chase it anymore. I breathe in the sunlight. The quiet, the promise of new words. This time, I'm not writing to remember him. I'm writing to remember me, and for the first time, that's enough.